We do have a breaking update this noon. 2 women have now died after suffering burns in an explosion at Powderhorn Campground in Old Orchard Beach Saturday afternoon. The victims have been identified as Alicia Ventura Large and Nancy Pilch, both 58 years old and from Massachusetts. The 2 were taken to the Maine Medical Center and passed away the next day. While an investigation remains ongoing, those from the fire marshal's office found LP gas had been leaking into and beneath the camper. Officials believe that the gas was ignited when one of them lit a candle. In light of this news, the fire marshal's office urges the public to install gas detectors wherever propane and natural gas are used in living spaces.